Hello class. In this video we're going to work on the responsiveness of our chat component like that, so it can look pretty on all devices. But real quick, I want to show you something first. So let's go back to our Visual Studio. Now in our resources CSS SAS, if you notice there's a breakpoint here, a SAS partial. So make sure you have this in your SAS. I added it in the previous videos. You include this one and add an underscore in the beginning, and then make sure at the top of the chat.scss it is imported here. Import breakpoints. Alright, so if you have that covered, real quick, we're going to open the breakpoints and I'll explain a little bit how it works. So here we have these breakpoints here. You have phone, tablet, desktop. You can add any more, you can add more breakpoints as you like here. So I can just copy it and add, say, iPad. I can say, you can add many breakpoints as you wish to. So this is what they do basically. If you go back to our chat, and then in here, let me give an example of the chat container here. I can add include media. I can say greater than desktop. All right, let's change the border to 3 pixels, solid red color. So what this basically means, it is interpreted like this is normal CSS, media only, and minimum width 1024 pixels. All right, so if I go back to my Chrome here and then refresh, you see that the border color has changed of this. But if I scroll down to less than 1024 pixels, it will go back to normal, red, normal, red, normal. So this just it helps us make the media queries faster, working with them faster. And so if I remove that from here and I put it in our normal CSS and I remove that, if I go back to our Chrome, nothing should change like that. You see, it's back to being red and normal, red and normal. So this is how it works like that. So I can let's just comment this out. All right, so I hope you understand on this one. You can change this to, to greater than, which will be maximum width. But since we're working with mobile first, we're gonna make this minimum width. So with that covered, now we're going to change a few things first. In the chat container here, in the desktop, let us copy all of this from here, copy that and paste it in here. So if it is greater than desktop, then there's going to be this position fixed. But in here, let's make the width 100. Since it's mobile first, so we're gonna make this 100 first. And then width, border, let's make it light a little bit. Border radius 0. Let's make the height to 90. Alright, so if we go back to our Chrome and then refresh, you see that it has changed. Now if it is less than desktop, it will be, there will be no border radius here and it will be full width, and the height of slightly bigger than I thought. And then let's go back to our margin top, let's make it 0. Right, refresh. Alright, so now you can see that if it is less than desktop, it will become full width there. It will remove the border radius, and if I go to desktop, it will bring back the original style that we put. So that's it for now. Let's now go back again. We need to do a few more things. Alright, next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a tablet. So include media. Alright, if it is greater than tablet. Alright, we're gonna make this top and set height 90%. And then in here I'm gonna add a top of 0, and then let me also add Z index 10 and the background color of white. Right, so if I go back just to see how the changes are affecting, if I go back and do that, it will now make a full width of covering the whole viewport. Alright, now let's just push this down a little bit. So the height, when it is on mobile first, it will be 100%. Alright, next, let's just go to our chat list. In here, first, let's make this width to 290 pixels. What I don't want is, when I refresh like this, I want this to be on a stable width because it is disrupting the style here. I don't like this. So let us go back and then let us make the width 286. But let us add a media query at include media, again desktop. Alright, so let us copy this, should come here. Then the width there should be 100% when it is like on mobile. We want the full width on mobile. If it is greater than tablet, not desktop, like that, let us copy this too, and then let us remove this border right. Remove the border right here. Let us make it 0. So we're all going mobile first now. So let us go, just copy this and then go now to our chat box. In here, let us make the width of this 2. Let's add this function, this CSS function. Calculate 100% minus 296, and add a column there. And also width there should be 100%, like that. Let us remove there's no border here. So if we go back right now and refresh, you see it's adding something like that. If we reduce there, it will add a full width. But we must change one more thing. Let us go back to our chart because it's giving an error. In the chart container here, let us make this to flex wrap. Alright, so it didn't work. There must be an error somewhere. So let's go and correct that real quick. In our chart list container, make this greater than. Go back. I think let's do the same here. Let's make this greater than. Alright, so if we go back and refresh, okay. So now we have on the mobile, it will show a full width everywhere. On the tablet, like that, or not really tablet, but screens less than 1024 pixels, it will add this kind of layout. And then on desktop, on bigger screens, it will bring back the old traditional, like our original layout. And if you can notice, the width of this chart list is fixed, so it won't change, which is looking more pretty now, like that, because the viewport might change, but this style will remain intact. Alright, so this is it for now. Let us now just make this here. So go back to our chart list item. Here let's add a margin like 9 pixels and 4 pixels. Border radius 13 pixels. Background color of light gray. Let's make this way lighter. Alright, and cursor should be pointer, and also and an ampersand. Hover, background color, darken. Let's get this color, paste it in here, darken it by, let's say, 12%. Alright, let's go back, refresh. So now we have something like this. Oh, the darken is so big. Alright, let's fix two things here, the width and the color. And darken just by 4%. Let's make the width of this one to 97%. Alright, go back to our Chrome, refresh, and we now have something good. A little bit dark in there. Let's make the color here way lighter. Alright, now it's looking good. It's looking pretty like that. Full responsive. One more thing, let us go to our date in our unread count. In here, let us remove the background color, make the padding 7 pixels, and also add a margin top of 6 pixels. Let's go back, refresh. Alright, so now we have something like that, which is looking better now, responsive. So I think we have finally finished the design for our chat component. In the next chapter, we are going to now start working on creating a conversation and adding a message, sending messages like that. So just, if the CSS is, you can just go through the CSS the SAS. If you don't know SAS, I suggest you just take time to really learn it. It's not really difficult. You can learn it in a short period of time, and then you can go through the CSS again. But I'll comment all the work so that it will be easy for you to read through it. All right, see you in the live wire section.